My name is Dilip from the training department and in South Region. Today is we're gonna welcome for the webinar training. Today we will discuss about the breast pumps and the topic of the day is sharpen your axe. Right. So the meaning of sharpen your axe. Before I start this training, let me tell a small story. There used to be a village. In that village, there's two woodcutters. One experienced, one new woodcutter. So the new woodcutter used to cut in a day 4 to 5 trees. Since he was new, the old woodcutter used to cut only 2 trees. And during his shift timing, he used to take 1 hour rest. Whereas the new woodcutter never take rest and work continuously. This passed down. After 3 days, the new woodcutter reduced the number of woodcuts from 5 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1. So in a day, he used to cut only 1 tree. As but other side, the old woodcutter started increasing his number of woods from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. One day, they both sat together and discussed. New woodcutter asked, "How are you able to do all these things since you're growing so old? Your axe is old. How do you manage to cut 5 trees in a day?" The old woodcutter said, "When I take this 1 hour break, in that 1 hour, half an hour I spend time in sharpening my axe. That means the more you sharp your axe, the more you cut your wood. The meaning, the more you refresh your product, the more you're capable to sell." So today's topic is about breast pump and from B2B, firstcry.com website. How can we learn simple things from firstcry.com website? So let us start. Right. So hope you can see my screen. This is our website, firstcry.com. You have to log in with your user ID and a password, which store should have, and you can create your own user ID and password. Now, what is the use of this? Many times we tell the store that we don't know about some product, but our own website, firstcry.com, will give you detail about the product. Now, how to do it? Okay, for example, let's say we take a breast pump. So breast pump comes under feeding and nursing. Right? So feeding and nursing is a heading. In that we have subcategories. In that we have something called buying guides. Right? Can you see that? Sorry. Click on buying guides. Now here, in this buying guide, you have about a manual response buying guide, which says if the baby uses to feeding bottle, so it have description of that. Quick battery operated response, again description of that, and you have complete breast pump buying guide. Right? So let's do one thing. Let me take the complete breast pump buying guide. Click on read. Okay. The moment you click on read, now here you get overview. What is breast pump? What to look for buying a breast pump? So just in case customer had any questions about breast pumps, right? So we can able to describe to the customer. So we have pros and cons, do's and don'ts of breast pumps, types of breast pumps we have, right? So here we have which breast pump would suit you. Okay, what kind of breast pump are you looking for? So basically, when you train, you as you're trained, so we have two breast pumps. One is manual breast pump, Second is electric or battery operated breast pumps, right? First, now what meaning of overview is just to know what breast pump is, or just to know what the product is, right? So first thing, read here. Breast milk is rich in nutrients and is essential for your little one's healthy growth and development. That means mother has to feed baby for at least 1 year mother milk, that is breast milk, right? Not in water also, as per the doctor says. So what if mother have some medical condition or cannot feed baby through breast? So that time we can use breast pumps. This is all about over the breast pump. So it says, what if you are unable to breastfeed your baby directly due to some reason, or some reason can be medical reason, or maybe is a working mother, right? So this guide perfect solution of your breastfeeding problems. So when a customer comes and confused about your product, the best way to handle customers' query, first thing we have to explain them. Till they have more questions, we can always guide them to firstguide.com buying guide, where they have all the answers of the questions. Okay? Now, it also helps you to learn more about different types of breast pumps and their features. So it also helps you what types of breast pumps we have and what is the feature. Sorry, features. Right? So let's start example with let's say we start with manual first. So when I click on manual, so you have know more about different types of breast pumps. Right? So just go here, click on read. Now here you get all the information about manual breast pumps. The first thing is what is manual breast pump? So that is here definition or a description of a manual breast pump. It says a manual breast pump, as the name suggests, helps you to express the milk from your breast manually. Right? So without any electronic device, manually you can extract the milk, express the milk. These are perfect for you if you do not use any regular, if you do not use it on regular basis, or need to express milk just once or twice in a day. So as it says manual breast pumps, you can express milk only for once or twice in a day. Right? Why? Because it's a physical activity. So manual breast pumps are single pumps that let you express milk only from one breast at a time. So I'll just highlight this point. Check this point. It says manual breast pump are single pumps that let you express milk only from one breast at a time. So it's a time consuming. Fine. They also let you control the suction pressure while pumping milk. Most mothers who have used manual breast pumps vouch about the comfort of expressing milk as the pressure by the pump is quite similar to the one that you feel. Alright, so now we have seen what is manual breast pump, so we can read it here. Next, let's just see the feature of manual breast pump. Okay, we just take an example of Medela. So this is how a manual breast pumps look like of any product of any company. Right? So first let's understand the feature. Again, we have an option here where click the labels for more information. For example, now what is breast shield? If I click it here, it will give definition here. This is a placed on your nipple before you start pumping the milk. Right? It ensures efficient pumping without any pain and irritation. These shields come in a number of sizes. Choose one that suits your breast size and size of the areola. Just call your breast shield. So if you want to again know, just click on this. It will explain that. So even when we are in free time, we want to understand what are the parts of the breast pump and breast pump. You can always go to firstguide.com, buying guide. In that, all the products have been explained in detail. Right? So you can tell this to the customer also. Second, let's see the handle. So click on the handle, and it's a description of handle. It says it helps in the pull or a squeeze mechanism and has a design that is aerodynamically suits to be operated with one hand. So basically it's a handle where you do from one hand. Third, click on connector. So what connector is? Connector is some breast pumps. In some breast pump, a connector used to connect the breast shield to valve. Right. So now what is valve? It says valve there. This is your valve. This connects the breast shield to bag or a bottle. So what is bag or a bottle? Either a bag here or the bottle here. So this is connector valve. Right. Membrane. So what is membrane? This is a membrane. This is present inside the breast shield. This opens and closes, mimicking the sucking mechanism of the baby. So how the baby naturally drink milk from mother feeding. So this part works same as that. As we know, this is feeding bottle. Okay, so manual feeding breast pumps have a feeding bottle, and we have last thing is stand. So either you can click on the topic here, or you can just scroll down, and here we have all the explanation. Right? So here we have all the explanation about same thing what we have seen here. Right? So let's see pros and cons of manual breast pump. That means what is good, what is bad for manual breast pump. So let's say pros. What is good for the manual breast pump is first thing is it's affordable. But as we know that manual breast pumps comes in not so expensive, but a good price, a decent price, right? But what is the problem with manual breast pump is difficulty in attaining pumping rhythm. Your hand, it's a physical activity. Sometimes your hand get tired and the the flow may reduce or increase. Reduce but increase. It depends on your hand activity. So it is important that you attain proper pumping rhythm when using a manual breast pump to stimulate the breast. You might find difficulty to attain this rhythm initially. This requires some practice. So manual breast pumps require practice because it's manual, it's like a machine work, it's not a battery work. Manual breast pumps are easy to clean. This is very important. Okay, you have to explain that to customers. It's very easy to clean. So manual breast pump milk pump consists of very few components and hence it is comparatively easy to clean and sterilize. Right. So how do we sterilize? So whichever part of the bottle. Let's go top again. So whichever part of the bottle is breast pumps where milk touches, those part needs to be sterilized or washed. Very important, and this is what we have to explain to customer when we're selling this product to customer. Any customer, whichever part where milk is touching, those parts need to be sterilized. Okay, let's go next. Okay, now it's a tiring process because see, using this is a prolonged period can tire your hands, right? So as I said before also, uh, in a manual breast pump, it takes minimum 15 minutes to express milk from one side. So imagine 15 minutes if you're using the manual breast pump, my hand might get tired, right? So same way it tells you about what is good and what is bad about the product. Not say bad, but difficulty of the product, right? So it's easy to operate, right? But it's easy to operate, but again, say it's easy to operate it here, where you can easily operate. Here, a slower process, very compact, it was very small, easy to carry in your handbag, right? Also, you can carry handbag when you're going out of bike, diaper bag, right? Convenience, you cannot remain hands-free while expressing milk using manual breast pumps. So, for example, suddenly you have some work, you cannot use a hand to express. So sometimes it's not so convenient. Again, the good thing is it's a lightweight. You can carry wherever you want, very easy to carry, you can put wherever you want. And it's very silent, there's no sound in that. Right? So that is about the good and little not so good about the manual response. Uh, so if you want to go back to the previous page, you can always go on top. Here you can see the path. You click on breast pump file, right? All right, so we have seen manual breast pump now. So let us see what electric or a battery operated breast pump is all about. So let us click on electric and battery operated. I just open here. So I click on electric and battery operated. And we have seen manual now. So let's see if the battery operated. Click on read. So again, we have what is electric. So we have definition of electric battery operated breast pump. That is electric or battery operated breast pumps help extract milk easily without using manual power. So we have seen the manual where you have no manual physical work, whereas in electric or battery operated breast pumps, the work happens with the batteries. Okay, these are the best choice for working women. So I'm just highlighting this point. So the electric breast pump is always good for working women. Now why it's always good for working women? First thing, working women will not have enough time, right? So they might have to rush for a job. I mean, they go in the morning and come back by evening, or some might go in the afternoon and come back by night. So they not have a time to express weight to manual. A manual breast pump is very slow, we saw that, right? It is easy to carry, but very slow. It will take at least 15 minutes. However, in electric breast pump, it is very easy to express because you're not doing manually. The electric or the battery is doing the work, right? So whenever a customer comes and inquire about breast pump, our first question should be, is mother working mother or housewife? If they say working mother, yes, we always prefer electric first option. Second option, we use a manual. So let customers select whatever they want. Or the second most point is here, very important again, which we always miss out is for mother with twins or multiple babies. Imagine a mother have a twin baby and that mother using manual breast pump to express a milk due to some reason. It's so difficult, right? So in that case, we can always prefer for electric or battery operated breast pumps. It's very easy. So as it says, as milk can be extracted quickly using these pumps without causing any discomfort to your hands. It's very clear, right? So this is not hand use, this is machine or electric use, which is very easy to use without causing any discomfort to your hands, right? So working mechanism, I'll not show that. I'll show the video later on that. Let us see what features of an electric disc pump is. So again, we have same thing here. So if you want, you can. So this is again take an example of medulla. So let's say again we have seen this in the man breast pump also. It's called breast shield. It covers. We already seen that. So this is tube which connects here from motor to the breast pump. So to connect the breast shield lines or the motor unit and required to create vacuum for efficient suction. Right. So that is one thing. Then we have a connector. This is the connector. This connects here. This part. Okay. So we have valve. membrane. Again, the same feature as a manual. Feeding bottle, stand, adapter. This is where adapter works. And we have this battery compartment which is behind. Can you see here? This is the battery compartment. You can put battery also. Okay, this is think this is very safe. Some customers ask you that what if it's electric breast pumps and there is nothing effect on it. There's no effect on that. It is very safe. Okay, so control buttons. So electric breast pumps have buttons to switch on or turn off the pump. You also find some control buttons that are useful for to regulate and the suction speed of the pump. So you can reduce or increase the speed of the motor on suction bed. Then this is called motor unit. Right? So this is done again. You can check it from here, or you can just scroll down and all the information is given here. Right? Let's take types of electric response. So we have in electric response we have different types also. First is single electric breast pump. So single electric breast pump, you click on that. You click this what a single electric breast pumps. As the name suggests, a single electric breast pump has single breast flank and can express milk from one breast at a time. This is a good choice for you if you would be using it occasionally. So this is one from one side is single milk. Okay. So what else should you have on this? Expression that. So click on that. Again, it become you can expand. You can check double electric breast pumps. So what is double electric? You have instead of single bottle, you have two breast pumps in the connector. So in case if you want to express milk from both the sides, you can do it easily, and it's a very quick, fast one. That's called double motor distance. So these are what are things required for those electric bus pumps. Right. So let us again quickly check what is pros and cons of that. First says this express the milk quickly and can save a lot of time. Very good. So they express milk very fast compared to manual bus pumps. Little difficult is weight. Since they have a motor and the battery, the weight is little heavier than manual bus pumps. So good thing you have a control of speed and pressure. Right? So you can control your speed and the pressure from the buttons. The pump creates a vacuum around your nipple, which can be a cause of discomfort when used frequently. Good thing you can use hands-free pumping. A little expensive compared to manual breast pumps. Good thing higher milk output compared to as we discussed in manual. This electric breast pumps express milk more, so the quantity can be as much as 18% more in compared to single pumps. However, depends on mother's health also sometimes. But again, the problem is they make little noise. Right? So this is about uh, manual and electric breast pumps. Hope you have understood that. Okay, so let me show you a quick video about both the breast pumps. Give me some time. So if you want to check videos also in first.com, you can always go to the search engine and check whatever video you want to check. Let me take an example of event manual. Is done. So it's here. Come back. Now give me description of the manual this one. And here you have the option to view. So hope you can see that. Let me play this video. All right, let's go. So basically, this video is all about how to assemble manual breast pumps. So what they're saying is, before you assemble, wash non-electric. So any of it's manual breast pumps. So wash or sterilize non-electric parts of breast pump. Very important. As we have to explain this to customers, very important that we have to wash hands before doing that. That's right. So team, that was about manual breast pump. You know, about electric breast pump. So once again, bear with me. So again, you can just type here. So you can just type here event or what product you want. This ones, the description. It will show the product. And then we have a video here. And let's play it. All right, Tim. So that was about your electric or battery operated response videos. Hope we have understood that. So I would request everyone, please sharpen your axe by going firstlight.com, and you go to any section, you can find this buying guides. Right? Click on buying guides and check on that. Check the videos. Suggest customers to go visit this. Whenever you have free time, go and check on that. Right? So hope we have on the same page and we have understood all these things. Fine, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for your patience. Happy learning, and please sharpen your axe. Have a nice day. Happy day.